This is the future leaders of America, and it is so very sad. We're going to get that after a super quick word from this video's sponsor. Big shout out to this video's sponsor, MD Hair. Who is MD Hair? Well, it's the world's first medical grade hair regrowth treatment customized to the exact cause and type of hair loss you have. The website uses a quiz and scalp picture analysis to customize each kit that you get. What makes it special? Well, their subscription includes a 24/7 medical chat support with dermatologists.
We'll pick up some
over 100 natural
bangers and mash, some Reuben rolls, and some Reuben nachos.
One of the coolest things I've ever done.
Apparently this year they're not doing Scotch eggs because, I don't know, eggs maybe? It's my favorite though. I love the Scotch eggs.
Products with their own effect and their own natural ingredients inside of each product. What's unique is that everything you need comes in a single kit. To start hair regrowth, you need to stop hair loss, to heal your scalp, and make it stronger. And it is possible only with a combination of different products: the shampoo, the serum, and supplements working inside and out. I've only been using the products for a couple of weeks right now. With my 40th birthday coming right around the bend, I can already kind of feel like I'm seeing more volume in my hair. This goes out there to everyone out there looking for their own hair regrowth treatment. Customize it with MD Hair. Use my promo code
Scotch eggs.
Your first month of customized products.
I love them, man.
Off. Use the link in the description. It's been absolutely what seems to be maybe the worst kind of people on the planet. And
it's going to be in and out until I get on the highway.
For scantily clad spring break revelers let out pent-up rage in beach brawls, unsanctioned events, obviously.
Is it that bad?
And you have this.
I was working. I didn't get a chance to see it. I'll check it out.
Match ends in wardrobe malfunction. Students and co-eds visit Florida to get away from the snow and so-called sun for spring break are going viral after engaging in a wild beach brawl. In a TikTok making waves on the video platform, men and women battled by performing Oklahoma drills. Now, if you don't know, Oklahoma drills are basically one person has a football and two people just run right at each other. You try to run through them, they try to tackle you. After a few men took each other to the ground, a round of applause from rowdy spring breakers, two women joined in on the action. But things quickly got out of control as the ladies collided with each other. The two girls splashed head-on. The larger one was able to pin her opponent victoriously. Then came the bit of embarrassing cost. Her bob popped out. And of course, everyone's... these things are like on camera forever now. Plenty of users in the comments enjoyed the wild spectacle, while others weren't exactly thrilled at the outcome. My version of hell, one viewer said, if this is their version of making memories, I'd rather not have any. Replied another with a puking emoji for good measure. I don't think that being absolute, this is not what I would call an Oklahoma drill. This is just drunk people being drunk people. And this is something that is exclusively for rich kids. And there's a lot to this because of the last 3 years. You can see all these fights and stuff. So college have invaded Florida Beach for spring break, and they spent their time brawling with each other in front of frat bros and booze-fueled wrestling matches. Groups of bikini. By the way, most of the pictures are not very flattering of any of these people. I've got nothing to talk about, but some people should be wearing two pieces. Some people should not. Some fellas should not be wearing. Should be maybe wearing a shirt. It's really,
it's sketchy, man.
College kids are really out of shape, and that's a weird sight. But anyway,
trucks end up doing that quite a bit.
The merry students celebrating break from their college semester were seen huddling in circles as two individuals turned weeping, another fighting, while crowds around them cheered and screamed. Some of the women at spring break got involved in chaos, getting down and dirty in Fort Lauderdale as they tussled. Ew. No, absolutely not. Why are most of these people out of shape? Also, other frat bros quick turns slamming into each other. It's the first time in 3 years that college students have been able to truly enjoy their break without the threat of COOF restrictions. And their incessant partying proves that they're going to make the most of their newfound freedom. Yeah, and a lot of them are going to get pregnant.
That's crazy. New Mexico has worse weather than we have here.
Students flock to Daytona Beach, Florida to enjoy some...
The only snow you'll see here is in some of the shadowy spots. That's about it.
Please. If I could go back to only working full-time and going to school full-time...
This shit's coming here. High of 20 tomorrow.
I look back at that now, and it's
so,
like...
it's going to be fucking freezing.
That was like cakewalk. Some of the females have a little to imagine, pose for photos in the ocean presumably to make their pals stuck at home jealous of their tropical.
Yeah, that's why if I don't see your chat, I usually don't do anything unless I'm stopped.
In the backs of pickups and at boats they rented for the day.
As you can see, my phone's in line with the window though, so it's elevated.
I don't know. There's good fun.
I don't manipulate it or touch it while I'm driving.
I think this is pretty much.
Then again, the conditions are a whole lot better here.
I mean, going and partying is one thing, but like this is a whole different ball of wax. You know, college nowadays. You know, the thing is, like, if parents can teach their kids anything in college, is that it gets much tougher after college, and that you've got to really buckle down. A lot of these kids would be really happy to have the money they wasted away on these weekends when they get out of college. You know, when they have to pay rent. You know, spring breakers still show up in droves in Cancun, in Mexican state of Quintana Roo, where the U.S. has told travelers to exercise increased caution. Yeah, well, I mean, there's all sorts of bad things happening there. I actually didn't know. I just like planned a vacation.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know.
We are too up here.
Break was coming up
in the north.
And I'm glad that my vacation ended before that. It's just no class. Like it's sad. You know, footage of physical clashes prove pent up. I don't think they're pent up. I just think they're, you know, like they're boxing. I don't know. I would say that a lot of booze is involved. You know, I think Florida is probably, you know, several liquor lovers were seen drinking from boards, while one mild man was seen sipping tequila straight from the bottle. Other thirsty party animals drank from beer bongs. I'm not exactly sure that these boxing matches are you know, I'm sure most of these escalated out of control because that's exactly what happens. It's, I mean, well, yeah, these two are nice. But I mean, you know, it's just, I don't know. No, it's just not a good look. You can party, but I'm not sure being a skank or I don't know what the guy's definition is. By the way, I can tell you're not drinking out of that. You're just taking a picture because your lips are all pursed up. But to my brothers and sisters who happen to be residents of Florida, my heart weeps for you in this what was probably an absolute terrible time to live there, a terrible time to be stuck in that state. For the college kids at home who aren't on spring break vacation, who actually have to work, or they go home to help their families, or they go and they work on studying, or they get ahead, trust me, not going on spring break will do you a ton more good in life than going on a vacation and coming back with something weird growing on you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you leave a like on it. Let me know if you went to spring break.
Hey, Brandon, yeah.
These degens, or if I'm just being an old fuddy-duddy. We'll talk again soon.
Kind of an old fuddy-duddy there, Jeremy. That's okay. Let's see what else he's got. He dropped a few videos today. Fauci is fucked. Pfizer and Anthem just got busted in new documents. Alright. Let's check that out. More Twitter files.
looks like perhaps the walls may be closing in as new reports show that Stanford partnered with Twitter and Biden administration to hide true stories of bad effects of the Pope. This according to Twitter files and most millennial, as well as coming on the heels of a bombshell report from PV yesterday. And I know, however, it's extremely important internal documents also revealed from the company that makes the thing that is also very, very spicy. This, of course, this video, will be buried in the YouTube algorithm. So if you're watching right now, make sure you leave a like on it, share it, and so it gets out there and maybe can break the chains of the algorithm. And we're going to get right into that after a super quick word from this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2023. If you don't have a VPN, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. Not just a more secure connection, but if you're paying for Biden administration to censor stories of true poke potential side effects, according to the latest Twitter files. Matt Taibbi has unearthed still more evidence of collusion and censorship at Twitter, all done by people and institutions who believe that they were righteous in their efforts to ban and block Americans from telling the truth about their own personal experiences with the Pope. This time, it's Stanford University and their virality project, which told officials what information should be banned. And we've seen this before now in various parts of these files where certain three-letter agencies seem to be working with private corporations or universities to really keep people's mouths shut. Again, to, protect multi-billion-dollar pharmaceutical companies. It's very difficult to really wrap your head around just how evil all of this stuff is. Taibbi reports that the Stanford project took issue with accounts that used factual information to question any, quote, expert guidance of Dr. Anthony Fauci, former head of the NIAID. He notes that accounts that, quote, questioned certain origin stories, instead suggesting that it could have potentially escaped, were suspect per Stanford.
State trooper in front of me. I'm doing 5 over and he's pulling away from me, so I'm going to catch up to him.
Origin theory for officials, well, several officials, right? So you see this in Matt Taibbi's thread.
Slowly.
The release
and
of Dr. Anthony Fauci's
he is flying.
Spring 2020 emails has been used to exacerbate distrust in Dr.
No
Fauci,
lights.
Increase distrust in Fauci's expert guidance. Part 3, reports of people who got the Pope also getting sick anyway, quote, natural immunity, quote, or suggesting that it possibly leaked, even quote, worrisome jokes became things that needed to be censored. Accounts that purported that they had some sort of natural immunity and that it was a good protection against the coup, if not better, were also suspect, as well as what the project called worrisome jokes. Over the past few years, jokes have gotten many accounts in trouble with Twitter censors, and some of the mainstream media outlets questioned whether or not satire itself was an actionable
he's going to get through this green light. I'm not going to make it.
Report were characterized as potential violations or disinformation events by the project, a sweeping cross-platform effort to monitor billions of social media posts by Stanford University, federal agencies, and a slew of often state-funded NGOs. Again, this is more evidence of having our own government here in the United States anyway, and for United States citizens. And I suspect similar things are going on all around the world, infringing on our rights to freedom of speech here for, I don't know, the greater good. The project had targeted, quote, stories of true side effects. So if somebody had an actual, like you could say, Jimmy Dore, for example.
Deep breath, big guy.
Any other public people who have talked about it publicly, they were
deep breath.
ostracized.
I thought this was a state trooper. It doesn't matter. It could be.
All, conspiracy theories, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it is. He's got red plates. He's
true stories of
on the
side
unmarked side.
content made to remove it. In 2021, they worked with the government to launch a pan-industry monitoring plan for truth-related content. At least 6 major internet platforms were, quote, onboarded to the same ticketing system, sending millions of items for review.
Thought that was a municipal plate, but it's out of state.
Wasn't always right themselves. Instead, they were driven
Massachusetts,
by making huge assumptions and leaning into their own belief in a narrative that was not proven, but simply assumed to be accurate, despite increasingly viable inconsistencies visible. For Taibbi,
nice.
the uncovering of Stanford's
that apple pie does sound good.
Accelerated the evolution of digital censorship, moving it from judging truth/untruth to a new, scarier model, openly focusing on political narrative at the expense of fact. In fact, many of those accounts and tweets targeted by the project and identified to Twitter as misinformation were factual accounts from individual Americans about their experience with the Pope. Stanford's project told Twitter that true stories could fuel hesitancy, including things like celebrities passing away after getting it, or the closure of a central New York school due to reports of post-Pope illness, should be considered, quote,
and we're going to stop and get some
on your platform. Again,
few adult beverages for tonight, and
even if it's true,
if they haven't sold out yet, some bangers and mash, some Reuben rolls.
Anywhere else in Silicon Valley. They further said that Americans posted concerns about passports.
Reuben nachos, I guess, quesadilla.
Other locales drove a larger anti-Pope narrative about the loss of rights and freedoms.
Deep breaths, homie.
Labeled a disinformation event if the truth caused any kind of skepticism, among others. You see here, the VP warned against the project, warned against people simply asking questions, applying that it was a tactic commonly used by spreaders of misinformation. It also described a worldwide rally for freedom planned over Telegram as a disinformation project. Now, the Pokes were first coming to the market in a rush to find a cure that emerged, blah, blah, blah. We know some cities made them mandatory in order for citizens to participate in public life. And it soon became clear on social media that questioning its usefulness or noting any side effects from it would be a bannable offense. Georgia Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene was banned from Twitter for sharing statistics from a public or a medical database, which is a government tool in which citizens can report side effects. It is what doctors and officials rely on for collective information about unintended side effects. But for Twitter and media who intend on making sure no questions were asked, posting those stats was not permitted. This on the very heels of a confidential documents coming from Pfizer revealed that the pharmaceutical giant had, quote, evidence suggesting that there was some increased risk of the M word following the Pope in early 2022. Quote, there is evidence that suggests patients who receive this are at an increased risk of this side effect. Quote, onset was typically within several days of the Pope for both Pfizer and Moderna, and cases have occurred more often after the second dose than the first dose. So these are the actual documents that have been leaked, and you can see since April 2020, increased cases of these things reported in the United States. This is their own.
That sounds good, Bokomo.
The pattern of cases conform.
I like this.
As per the latest.
I mean, I have that. I cook that quite a few times a year. So I didn't make it today. I would have made it in the crock pot overnight, but so I'm just getting something different with the bangers and the
males, young adults, onset typically within several days of the Pope, and cases have occurred more often after the second dose.
Getting close.
Is higher among males under 40 years of age among females and older than among females and older males. Observed risk is highest in males 12 to 17 teenagers.
That's nuts, man.
I mean, these are their own findings. Now, look, I don't think, quite frankly, these things, most things have side effects in life, not just in pharmaceuticals. But these things, I know people aren't happy with Project Veritas for fair reasons, but this is kind of a big deal. And of course, they have the full documents on their website. It seems like a justification to avoid the deal which made Pfizer, that was made with Pfizer, that shields them from liability. I mean, I don't know whatever the reasonable percentage is for people, but certainly people, if they had this issue, if they had any kind of, health issues after that, you would think that they'd be entitled to sue, especially if they didn't know about it, or if it was perfect, if that information was hidden from them, which we see Twitter and the Biden administration and others looks like allegedly colluded to do so by using the Stanford University and a wide variety of other things. This is all going to unravel over the next couple of years, and I'm going to make sure I stay on top of the story here. And all I ask is that you help, especially on these stories, by sharing the videos, leaving likes on them, using the share button down below, putting it out on social media, because we know, well, we're an uphill battle getting this message out there. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please make sure you leave a like on it, and we'll talk again real soon. I can't believe it. It looks like it might actually happen, and the screams of the thoughts of the world are what you're hearing in the distance. It actually looks like this moving forward of a outright TikTok ban is happening. TikTok now is under federal criminal investigation. The United States has now moved to force the sale of TikTok to a United States company. Now TikTok is coming back and refusing that, which will undoubtedly lead to an outright ban of the software. And I literally couldn't be happier. I literally
bye TikTok.
Happier about it. It's absolute joy. It brings me absolute joy to think about this app going away. I think that it does absolutely nothing good for society. And if you agree with me, please leave a like down below. I think it is where predators hide. I think it is where the worst ideas, the more degenerative, the most damaging ideas are artificially surfaced through the algorithm to destroy Western society. That's what I believe.
I've watched a few videos, of course. A lot of times they just get copied over to other medias anyway.
All these
literally, you see the TikTok
these trends
mark on a lot of videos, even shorts on YouTube.
This is all TikTok. Okay, so I want it to go away, and I've got some great news today, because it looks like it may actually be happening. Shout out, by the way, if it's Friday, first timer Friday, I would absolutely love Coffee Brand Coffee, as you know, is my company. We have 15 different coffees, flavored, unflavored, blueberry cobbler, hazelnut churro. We have double caffeinated. We have cold brew bags, K-cups. We have a dozen organic teas. We have hot cocos. Promo code TheQuartering. All I ask is that you check out the reviews. All I ask is that you check out the reviews. And if you have the product, please do leave a review. That would be excellent. These are all my actual customers, and you can see we have thousands of reviews, 4,100 of them, with an average rating of 4.8 out of 5 stars. So, promo code TheQuartering, support the channel, try it out. I guarantee you'll love it. If you don't, I'll make it right. TikTok under federal criminal investigation for now spying on American citizens. This is just the beginning of multiple TikTok
pizza.
TikTok was
not really a pizza day. It's normally Friday is, but
reportedly under federal criminal investigation for surveilling U.S. citizens. This news comes as U.S. lawmakers.
How long do you think it's going to take them to do it? I'm still 40 minutes away from home, so I still got to stop at the store too. Yeah, call and ask. I mean,
using the TikTok app.
You see where I'm at. I'm just passing Hemps Road. I just passed. We got out of Woodville.
Admitted that it happened. Anderson wrote in an internal company email obtained by Forbes that in this case, individuals misused their authority to obtain access to TikTok data. Well,
Same delivery guy?
What we've been talking about. If you left a like on the video yet, each like on this video increases the likelihood that TikTok.
No, I'm picking it up myself.
This we're talking about. This is why the United States wants to ban TikTok. It's because they can't keep their data under control. And so they say stuff like, oh, well, we're going to move to the United States. We're going to bitch it there. And then, oh, a bunch of Chinese developers have full access to all the data. And they access it. Oh, whoopsie doopsie. Sorry, we'll do this other thing. Employee in there anyway. Our internal investigation is still ongoing and went outright ban in the United States.
All I've had today was an fry and Shamrock Shake, so I'm hungry.
9 cabinet-level officials who weighed the national security implications of international investment.
Oh, yeah?
Recently ordered ByteDance to sell the platform.
I used to shave my head too. I used to get alopecia bad on the side of my head, so I just shaved it.
$1.5 billion.
Since it's gotten better, we just go with the fade now.
Chinese officials could not access information. Baloney. We've been told this before.
Go ahead and call now and just ask.
Director Chris Wray stunned U.S. senators last week during the Senate Intelligence Committee hearing when he revealed.
I mean, we can heat them up in the air fryer, whatever it is.
Responsible line of questioning from ranking members Marco Rubio. Ray said that communist China can use TikTok to control data of millions of users, to control the software on millions of devices, and that they can use it to drive narratives to pit Americans against each other, which is exactly what I said I believe it does too. Ray then warned that not only can China use TikTok to control narratives in the United States, but also that U.S. officials are, quote, not sure that we would see any of the outward signs of it even happening. And I think the most fundamental piece that cuts across every one of those risks and threats that you mentioned that I think Americans need to understand is that something that's very sacred in our country. It's a difference between the private sector and the public sector. That's a line that's a non-existent in the way that the CCP operates, Ray said. Rubio then noted the differences in what users in China see on TikTok as opposed to what users in the United States see. For example, in the U.S., kids are being encouraged to choke themselves out. We've had kids not survive it. Rubio noted. In China, they're encouraged to focus on math and science and rebuilding the country. Ray agreed with Rubio's assessment that the poison that China is pumping into the feeds of United States users is one of the many ways that China is using
that's cool.
Damage to the United States. Now this, with the CEO coming
I don't mind.
Panic mode saying,
pretty boring,
TikTok
just to drive.
The app sale won't address the U.S. security concerns. Well then, what's left to do now? If they're saying, well, banning it's not going to fix anything, okay, or selling it, okay, well then just ban it. Literally everybody will be fine except for e-girls. You know, all the girls that use it.
Oh, that's good.
Funnel young men into spying pictures of the beehole.
They finally figured out the order, huh?
The exact same thing. Nobody on this planet needs TikTok.
I was in here once in a while.
Now, TikTok's CEO said Thursday that forcing the video sharing app's Chinese parent company ByteDance to sell it would not address, the security concerns raised by the U.S. and other nations. He told the Wall Street Journal that doing so would not provide more protection than plan to ensure the United States user data is accessible only by the Oracle Cloud and the firm's U.S.-based security team. So far, I haven't heard anything that can actually be solved by this.
I'd wait until I'm coming through Waterville.
This feedback on other risks not addressed. The Biden administration is now reportedly demanding.
I'm still 2 miles away from Stony Ridge Road, so
in the app or face a possible ban, according to the Wall Street Journal, citing people familiar with the matter. Well, Chu explained that he and ByteDance considered the initial public offering of TikTok. He told the Journal that there's no concrete plan right now. If protecting national security is
traffic ain't all that great right now either here on 20.
Does not solve the problem. Change in ownership would not impose any new restrictions on the data flows or access, a TikTok spokesperson said in a statement to Fox Business on Friday. The best way to address concerns about national security is with transparent U.S.-based
over 100 miles a day
data and systems with robust third-party monitoring, vetting.
I got a 2-year-old car with 65,000 miles on it.
I think you just shut it down. It seems pretty clear to me.
I change that oil.
It seems pretty clear to me.
On a regular, whenever the car tells me to.
This is what I'm talking about. When
it goes almost 10,000 miles though.
Of TikTok, right?
Between changes.
What it does to our kids. You see how TikTok went from teen sensation to political pariah.
Oh yeah, with Huskies. Oh yeah.
TikTok was born as a niche lip syncing app for Chinese teens. The platform is reshaped. Critics argue that TikTok's Chinese parent company ByteDance makes the app a national security threat, potentially allowing it to share data about American users or to steer algorithms at Beijing's behest. I believe this is exactly what they're doing. I also believe that here in the United States, we allow way too much foreign investment, way too much foreign influence in apps in our digital world, and we would do better to be more restrictive. China wouldn't allow the United States version of TikTok to be used there. This is a fact. Anybody who knows anything about China knows that some US version of TikTok would never be allowed to exist beyond the red firewall. Like, it just wouldn't happen. So why should we care about them? You know what? The only thing that could possibly explain it is money. People, getting involved in their money. There are a lot of good creators on TikTok. There are a lot of good trends on TikTok, but it is my opinion that it is overwhelmingly a net negative. It is overwhelmingly a security risk, and it is overwhelmingly a plight on our youth. It is the place where people, these groomers, grow their audiences, spin them off into private Patreon chat rooms. It's where weirdos recruit other kids to go get surgeries and have body parts removed. This is where all this stuff is happening. It's not happening on YouTube. It's not happening on the playground. It's happening on TikTok. That's where this stuff is popularized. That's where this stuff all spreads. So why not just ban it? And by the way, we need to look at other Chinese-owned apps too, and really if we're going to talk about national security and we're going to talk about how this stuff is used, there's absolutely no reason why we can't.
Yeah, they are pretty retarded.
They want to
I'll agree with you there, Matt.
United States owner. I don't even think I like that either, because they still can be, controlled and use it for bad, and also that's exactly what the platform is being used for. I hope that we wake up Monday and this whole app has been removed. To be quite honest, that's major change. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments in the comment section down below. Make sure try out coffeebrandcoffee.com. Just check out the reviews. By the way, we re-enabled our gift boxes too, by the way. So we have our gift box builder here. So if you got like an Easter box you want to build up, or something,
use the link in my description.
Now you can do your custom gift box builder and get all that going too. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you real soon. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and I don't know if you heard it in the distance. It's a real faint. I live out in the country, but it's a distant it sounds like something like that. It's off in the distance. I mean, if you open your window, maybe you'll hear it. But just moments ago, YouTube has decided to restore Donald J. Trump's YouTube channel. And
shit.
People are absolutely losing their minds. Now, Donald J. Trump has announce some time ago that he intended to run for the president of the United States. If you all remember, there was a monumental occasion back while he was still president with Twitter, YouTube, Facebook suppressing and subsequently banning a sitting president from social media, which really erupted in a lot of insanity, a lot of duplicitous behavior by our three-letter agencies, as we've seen in the Twitter files and things of that nature. But let's move to the statement, examine some of there's already 100 articles on how this is going to ruin everything and the world's going to end. YouTube Insider tweets, starting today, the Donald J. Trump channel is no longer restricted and can upload new content. We carefully evaluated the continued risk of real-world bad behavior while balancing the chance for voters to hear equally from major national candidates in the run-up to an election. Now, I wonder if any of this would have happened without Elon Musk restoring his Twitter account, which, by the way, he has still not used. Now, there are certain restrictions because of his connection to Truth Social, but the fact of the matter is he's not winning. He doesn't have a chance to be president if he doesn't get back on Twitter. He needs to be on Twitter. Truth Social is not building enough steam. Some of his posts there get just a few thousand likes. I'm all for alt tech, and I think he should make his posts first on Truth Social, and he should make exclusive posts on Truth Social, but he needs to be on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. He has no chance without it. He needs to get the leftist media whipped up into a fervor every time he has a typo, gets all sorts of free press. That's what he needs to win. Now, interestingly, in all of this, is going to be whether or not he actually uses it. Because, as I just mentioned, he has this contract with Truth Social where he can't use Twitter first. But one would think that whoever has this contract with him, him and the shareholders and things like that, that using these social media posts to also press on Truth Social. I'm letting Trump go on Twitter, and all I ask is that he posts on Truth first, and then he links back to Truth, like at least once a day. And then he has like one Truth Social exclusive post a day. That will make tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of users flood to Truth Social, which is, if I invested, I would want to do that. And continue. This channel will continue to be subject to our policies, just like any other channel on YouTube. And then the SALT, carefully evaluated and went with the violence. I hope a dedicated or says
went with the violence.
Absolutely disgusting and shameful. Did you forget the reasons why you banned him in the first place? Did you just not care? I mean, I didn't need another reason to delete your app, but here we are. Bye, won't even miss you. Yeah, okay, sure. This isn't an airport. You don't need to announce your departure. Disgusting. We have video footage of YouTube's careful. I mean, everyone's just absolutely melting down. And this is in the wake of, a lot of the footage that we've seen from the Capitol that seems to at least cast a lot of doubt about what people's intentions were that day and whether or not they were the evil people that was thought. And you see here, the J stands for jerk. Ooh, sick burn, carefully evaluated. I mean, the meltdowns are unbelievable. What's wrong? I mean, look, here's the thing. If I were advising Donald J. Trump on his 2024 presidential run, it would be to stop screwing around and get on social media every single day. He needs to be uploading videos every single day. He needs to be tweeting every single day. He needs to be truthing every single day. Instagram posts every single day. The fact that he's not, honestly, as a voter, makes me question how committed he is to winning. The election is not that far away. The dude needs to get on the ground and get out and build some distance between him and any potential other candidates that may run. And they're just going to say, not sure why this new policy is YouTube, we support fascism. Again, here's the other thing. It's like Donald Trump has been free to upload on Rumble or BitChute or Odyssey, many of the other alternatives out there, and he hasn't. he's been free to upload to Twitter now. Well, Twitter's a little different with the contract with Truth, but certainly Instagram and Meta has lifted his 2-year ban. That was all the way back on February 9th. So over a month, as promised, Meta restored the former President Trump's Facebook page and Instagram accounts 2 years after it suspended them from both platforms, which, by the way, is one of the biggest, I think, abuses of, the president still has First Amendment rights. And he's an elected official that we now have seen through these Twitter files that, Twitter and at all, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, acted unilaterally and as their own government agency. And now you really wonder, now that we've seen how, like, the FBI was interacting directly with Twitter, saying, hey, ban this account. Hey, here's some schmo down in Podunk who said that he didn't want to get the Pope. We should probably suspend his account, don't you think? Or how the FBI looks to have, or at least somehow, worked with these non-government associated think tanks as an end around to suppress Americans' First Amendment rights. This is something, as a potential Donald Trump voter, I want him out talking about. I want him talking about Twitter files. I want him talking about American citizens' First Amendments getting trampled. I want him talking about how Silicon Valley colluded to ban him simultaneously from multiple platforms. And this is what, I want. And you see, there's a deluge of scoop. YouTube restores Trump's channel. YouTube will lift its restrictions on former President Trump's channel Friday, a spokesperson confirmed to Axios. Why it matters? Well, the restrictions have prevented Trump from posting any new YouTube videos to his account, which has more than 2.6 million followers. By the way, if you're enjoying my coverage of my news, please do click that red subscribe button down below and leave a like on the video to help spread the news. YouTube initially suspended Trump's account back in January 2021, several days following the insurrection, after his account violated its policies for posting content that they said incited bad behavior. Now, I don't believe it did that. They believed that it did that, but we also have now seen all these internal conversations that sure seem awfully suspicious around their intentions. It seemed to me that they were looking to ban the guy for any reason they could, and finally that day gave them the tiniest little crack for them to weasel their way through. A month later, the company said it would lift the restrictions which prohibited Trump from posting new videos when it determined the risk of bad behavior had decreased. YouTube took additional restrictive measures, such as disabling comments on videos on Trump's channels. Those restrictions will also be lifted. On Friday, YouTube's Vice President of Public Policy, Leslie Miller, told Axios that beginning on March 17th, that's today, the Donald J. Trump channel is no longer restricted and the ability to upload new content will be restored. It says, be smart. Following the insurrection, YouTube did remove some videos on Trump's channel that violated its policies for this kind of things. Now, also, with these restrictions lifted, Trump will also now be able to buy YouTube ads for his campaign, assuming they comply. This is another big deal. Obviously, tens of millions of dollars will be spent on YouTube ads, advertising, campaign ads, things that, and even ads against him. So this will now give him a chance to strike back against these potential ads. It's anybody's guess if he's going to upload, but I would honestly think that it's time, dude. Like, it's going into April 2023. We're like a year and a half out. He needs to start building more momentum. The only thing that's making it into the mainstream press right now is if he says something a little off on Truth Social, or he says something that doesn't look good for him with his actual base on Truth Social, then it gets into the mainstream media. So he needs to get out on Twitter. He needs to do a Twitter live stream or a YouTube live stream. At minimum, we know he can upload to YouTube. There's no restrictions there, so he should absolutely be doing that. Instagram and Facebook, seems unlikely that Truth would restrict that. He should be using that. Anybody who's telling him that he shouldn't be, anybody who's saying, they're not his friend. What to watch. Trump has yet to post anything to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter yet, and has instead continued to rely on his account on Truth Social, the social platform he launched back in 2021. It's interesting It's unclear whether he'll begin leveraging bigger platforms ahead of his 2024 race. A source at YouTube plans to inform the Trump campaign of its decision later today. Well, I imagine they've already seen. I mean, the distant screeching of all the people underneath these, you chose clicks and violence. Trump is not going to be a candidate, let alone a major one. So much for going for the money on this one. We carefully value the continued risk. Again, so all these people are like quitting. All these leftists are like, I'm leaving YouTube. I'm quitting it. Where are you going to go? Welcome to Rumble. Guess what? Trump's allowed there. Oh, you want to go to
Loud catch, CC unit. See if he's got any more videos first. That's it? No, one more. Oh shit. Evil white people.
What is it, boy? What have you...
You want to go on a worldwide tour of super elite small batch coffees delivered to your door every month? I'm giving you... This is the only time I've ever discounted this.
What is it, boy? What have you heard? Oh, gee. Could it really be her? The girl I've been looking for. Hey, what's the matter? You've lost your voice. That's because people like us are being... It worked. We're part of their world now.
So you know that. Most of you probably don't.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the recording. Hoping you all enjoyed that James O'Keefe interview.
Refresh. We're back.
Will be on the. I'll have it on my YouTube homepage, and some interesting news, like the new reimagining, the rekindling of this.
Happy Friday.
Old, if you don't like this thing, you must.
Happy
be
Shenanigans Day.
That's exactly what Disney's doing, and in fact, they've done it so many times now that it's just part of their marketing scheme. I believe that they pay these small outlets to say white men bad and to
try local time or
and they push it all on.
Sean's.
The difference is now people are pushing back against that and reminding Disney that, hey, I'm not going to give money to a company that hates me, and I'm tuning out. The woke remake of Willow.
Check local time.
Canceled after a season. This new Little Mermaid controversy is absolutely hilarious. Let's get to that. I want to let everyone know, ending today, I have the Roaster's Choice 20% off for your first. I want more people to try Roaster's Choice. It's absolutely amazing. It's a coffee tour from around the world. It's
let me know right away, because I'm just now coming out of Waterville. I can turn around though.
In 2023, we've got all sorts of spots to visit.
Yeah, if they'll take our order, I'll turn around. I'll just run.
Light from Honduras,
get something and go back.
Burundi, Honduras. So many more. The Roaster's Choice program is a specialty bag once a month delivered to your door that you just. Coffee head and you really like coffee,
big.
You gotta sign up.
Big.
I just know if you look at the reviews, it's our #1 product. I'm giving people 20% off to try it out on their first month, and the link in the description will give you automatic 20% off when you go. Sign up today because it ends this evening. Now there was a tweet. Little Mermaid trailer on YouTube is currently being mass disliked by racists. Evidence. Trust me, bro. And this is yet another, what it seems to be like, a lot of these Stan accounts, I think, are actually operated by Disney or marketing subsidiaries of them.
I'm gonna pull over. Here's something about that. I don't want to get too far away.
And it says the recently released trailer has over 600,000 dislikes, and the teaser trailer has over 3 million dislikes. Maybe it's a parody account or something, but the cope is hilarious. It says, why disliking the new? This has got to be a. I mean, it's got to be a parody, right? No. Good Lord. Why disliking the new Disney The Little Mermaid is racist. And they wrote this back on May 28th. The upcoming live-action remake of Disney's The Little Mermaid has sparked controversy. So you have to like it to prove you're not. Yep. That's the argument that they've set up. By the way, this is the current. I checked a few hours ago. The new trailer, which is on YouTube trending, has millions of views. Currently only has 165,000 upvotes. When you look at that compared to the number of views it has, 7.9 million, that tells you that they're promoting a lot. That they're pushing this a lot. It's getting in a lot of people's
no Sean's okay.
Leading into movies, videos, stuff like that. 165,000 upvotes compared to 7.9 million is not a ton as a percentage, but it has nearly 1 million downvotes. And the last video, okay, the last
looks like we're not eating good food.
Trailer of it is, I believe, currently the most disliked video on all of YouTube. At least of film, right? This is from back in September.
Try local time.
The trailer earns most dislikes for any Hollywood film in history. And this is like a long time ago. The trailer currently has 16 million views, 755,000 likes, but also has an astronomical 2 million dislikes, higher than any trailer for any major Hollywood release. Now the question is going to be, are people still going to go? Because at the end of the day,
I eat bugs. I'm gonna have lobster bites tonight if
they grew up. They remember.
We can't order from anywhere.
They remember that they were just like 3 hours of silence, so they could enjoy some popcorn or some.
We got plenty of food. I just didn't want to do anything.
Or something of that, and just relax. And that's a lot of what Disney relies on, including with Marvel. These live-action remakes have never appealed to me, but I was dead wrong thinking that I was like the target audience for them, because I'm not, right? Like, people still see it. Now, the original trailer currently sits at 1.2 million likes compared to the 3.5 million dislikes. So the most disliked movie trailer of all time, easily, right? But then you get these. I mean, why do you think people are mad? Well, it's because you're writing articles like this, or Halle Bailey, right, the star of it. She goes, ignores the Little Mermaid trolls. As a black person, you expect it. It's not even a shock anymore. It's like, oh yeah, people, everyone's just racist. But give me money. So what about all the millions of white people? The only people that are actually capable of being racist, according to science, TM. All those white people that paid to see a movie, are they also, or is it only if you dislike the trailer? So they're literally setting up this narrative that if you don't like a movie trailer with a black actor in it, you are you are a racist. And the idea is, and it's like, I wonder if somebody like, look, I got nothing against Halle Bailey. The movie's not for me. It's not like I was on the fence about paying money to see The Little Mermaid live action, okay? Maybe women out there, parents with kids were, but I mean, the trailer is not really offensive. It doesn't hit the same as like the original cartoon, but that's because, or the animated one, but like, I don't think Halle Bailey deserves any direct hate, any criticism except for this stupid comment. But like, she's just feeding into that to get these headlines, right? So that people like me will cover it. But
what's that link to?
What I implore people to do is, do not pay to see this movie. If you absolutely have to see it, you probably have a Disney Plus subscription, even though a lot of people pretend that they don't. Just wait and watch it there. Don't give them the big box office numbers. Don't give them the $1 billion box office, because until that happens, you know, as much as we can point out, hey, you know, this race swapping is, you know, obvious, dumb, garbage, predictable. If people keep still going to see these movies, it's going to continue. But there are wins, like this Willow. You know, they had like several woke adjustments, improvements for the modern
Whistling
era
Diesel.
of this Willow show. Done. Like that's actually a big win.
Check out my new
Now,
short,
it's
you
not a
guys,
win
if you haven't
for
seen it
Willow
yet.
fans.
Give it a like.
But the thing is, the belt is actually being tightened at Disney, and a lot of these edge shows, I think, that they get to talk about how, you know, stunning and brave and diverse it is. If they're not bringing in viewers, if they're not bringing in new,
They got Jig's dinner at Route
subscribers
64
to watch,
too.
then they're not going to have this long leash that they used to. We saw Netflix. Essentially, Netflix is going through that right now. They have all these like endless woke this and woke that.
I'll cook something, forget it.
But if a show isn't bringing in new Netflix subs, it's getting cut. Like, that's just the fact of the matter. And like, even shows that needed more time, like that show, you know, created by the creators of Dark, which was also had several woke elements in it. It still, I think, deserved a second season, but they're just, nope, that's done. Archive 81, awesome show, I think. Not woke at all, you know, just a good show, cancel. That's what's going to start happening to Disney Plus, because they're not.
Oh yeah, you just seen it? Yeah, it's pretty cute. The short.
Did you see what happened to the Peter Pan trailer?
Share it into the chat for
as
me.
As long as people vote with their audience, with their money, and their time, this has to have an effect. This from just a week ago.
Man,
Disney
they're fucking
Peter
packed
Pan
here.
and Wendy trailer disliked into oblivion.
Actually, not bad. It's
Live
normal
action
Friday.
reimagining
Outside's
of
not even full.
The novel, the 1953 animated classic, is coming to Disney Plus. Similar to The Little Mermaid, fans are also disliking the new Peter Pan and Wendy trailer to oblivion on YouTube. The trailer was released on Tuesday. Disney Plus, where it switched over 500,000 viewed more than 500,000 times. However, fans aren't happy with what they see, judging from the likes and dislikes. Well, I mean, again, this is yet another movie that is race swapped with Tinkerbell. Then the Lost Boys actually include girls now. It's not just one or two things about this that is woke. It's many things. And like, first of all, Peter Pan didn't need to get created. Also,
yeah, they're not that busy. Did you see?
The hook doesn't look right.
They weren't that busy.
A lot to critique.
They lied to you.
And it's like, the critique is because we know why certain characters are race swapped. It's not because this was the better actor and they just won out the audition. We know that's not true. What we do know is that Disney's purposely taking like beloved white characters, and somebody in that studio is saying this person cannot be white anymore. It can be anything but white, especially male characters, right? That is, quite frankly, it may sound rough, but that is the truth. And like, all the, you know, it's really funny. Disney almost.
All right, I'm gonna.
Listen to us.
There's not much left
yes,
to this.
there
Is
are
there?
bots.
All right, I'm gonna turn on the scanner while I'm inside. I'm gonna leave it on.
Reacting to the replay.
We'll run into the party store real quick. I'll be right back.
Disabled motor vehicle, West Alexis and Jackman, anonymous caller, Steve Thursday, Silver Stratus, northbound on Jackman, the turning lane, no one inside. That's West Alexis and Jackman, 110.
1500 Prosperity.
Checking your safety.
1040, you can give me a David 11.
Copy. Channel broadcast missing person from the South Channel, 1933 Upton Avenue. Missing from that location, 15-year-old Melissa Coleman, date of birth 12/26/2007, biracial female, 5'9", a red wig, brown sweatshirt, gray pants, and black tennis shoes. Last seen in the area of Westfield Academy at 1505 Jefferson with another girl. Time is 1807.
101.
101.
721 Central.
101, go with your traffic.
Well, I believe 320 subject is going to be the person that tried to be called in missing from Bronson earlier today that 210 was out on. Can you try to look that call up and make contact with that caller, see if we can help out 320's person a little bit?
Copy 101. 721, go with your traffic.
Can you show us a 594 and call 2396? It's a red Chrysler Town Country. We're all set.
John Sam Paul 2396, Red Chrysler. On to. Dispatch 101.
Go ahead.
Is this supposed to be the missing from Mitchell?
Correct. I think the daughter lives on Bronson, and then the other lady lives on Mitchell, and we've had 4 or 5 calls about her over the last 4 days.
Okay, so we have verified this is her at the Sparrow's Nest.
I'm not certain on that, but I believe the plate that they gave was the same one that from the person down on Mitchell from yesterday.
Copy. 101.
Go ahead.
217 Mitchell.
Correct.
Valerie. Yes, we.
With her, and then another crew can go to Bronson, make contact with the daughter, and find out what we can do for Valerie, because it doesn't seem like she's in the best shape.
Central.
721.
David 22. Going back to South.
Copy 721.
32 traffic.
32.
I'll be fronting 280, Ohio Plate John Charles Victor 782 with Chevy Impala with 1.
Copy. John Charles Victor 7882 Charles White Chevy.
Four to the traffic. Detroit and Winfield on Henry Unit 33. A white Ford F-150.
Henry Union Zebra 9433 White Ford F-150.
Dude, I'm over the numbers on Bronson. We'll see if we can make contact with the daughter.
Give me a minute. I'm trying to find it for you. Let me just try to call her. I have the name of Chava. Does that sound right?
I'm not sure on her name. I know that we originally were going to go at the beginning of our shift. So like right at 3.
Okay, stand by.
All right, let me get caught up here.
You're done.
All right, sheesh. Party store must be. It is. It's fucking packed. Truth tellers. Welcome. It's like they
So the
found.
only thing I see from Bronson yesterday was a 420 Bronson on a check safety. It doesn't have any names or anything in it. I don't know if that's the one that was related or not. The box is currently calling what we think is the daughter.
They're open.
Here's open.
All right. Well,
410, can you show us?
it doesn't look like we're gonna get food anywhere.
Woodville, starting miles are 580.
Unless you want to go out.
1500 Woodville, starting mileage 580.
You want me to just come pick you up and we'll just go inside? No answer. White House Inn. I mean, they got the good stuff. Yeah. They won't want to do takeout, but guess what? We're probably going to be taking stuff home anyway, because it's what we always do. All right, well, you got a few minutes. You've already fed the dogs and stuff, right? Yeah. All right, I'm on the way. Cars were lined up here, I swear. They're all gone now. Every single spot was full.
956, where I'm seeing that app.
Oh, she's mad that you shaved your head?
Copy 956.
Tell her sometimes it grows back. Sometimes. The ability's still there. Wow, it's fucking packed.
Checking your safety.
Fuck. It is getting pretty busy now.
40, checking your safety. 40 almost. Copy.
What the hell is this? Somebody having a potty? Somebody's having a potty. This car behind me, don't think it's 25 miles an hour here. Him's in a big hurry. Look how close he is. Right on my ass. If I didn't get a harsh brake, I'd brake check him. I ain't speeding until I hit the 35. There we go. This guy is fucking on my ass. Of course, the one time fucking the cops aren't there sitting there. He got in front of me, so he gets to the stop sign first. He beat me to the stop sign. I mean, he can't handle those little bumps with his pretty truck.
226.
226.
I'll be out with another disabled. It's going to be wheeling at 280 northbound lanes. John Henry Young, 1434.
Willing and 280 north, John Henry, Young, 1434.
On his way to an accident? Yeah. He's trying. Him's a trying. Ooh, my NFT. Purchase can I come over? Oh, that's fine. The White House Inn. You can't come to the house though. Turn the camera around.
J24 is traffic.
$224.
The fuck? Why is all the bark falling off this tree? The fuck? I have to fucking bring down another tree. This one's got some beautiful leaves.
Can you repeat your location?
3600 bar.
Copy, thank you.
Waiting for my date to come out of her house. See if her dad lets her leave. electric bill's already fucking due. Man, it seems like
Maybe even
we just paid it last month. Why is there another electric bill? Here comes my hot date. Of course, just from the time I went to the party store, I think they all went from the party store to White House Inn.
Oh, slam now?
It looked like it.
Visit fire for Jerusalem Township.
Ooh, what you have?
Traffic control.
Nothing. I just sprayed perfume.
Swear. You got cut off.
Party at Doc's house. Sorry, Miss Doc.
What?
He's at party at Doc's house.
Huh? Let's do it.
The fire department and Jerusalem
Hope you like
Township on
animals.
Jerusalem Road. They just need traffic control.
10-4, that's us en route. We're coming from Middle Grounds.
Copy, I'll show you en route. Is there a unit en route as well?
We'll see if we can, for another unit.
He broke the TV on the blender.
I'll show you on the call.
Don't break the blender. No.
296 dispatcher, can use one of ours for now until county can get somebody else.
Copy, any Oregon units available to assist. 7333 Jerusalem Road. Fire needs traffic control.
Traffic control. Get out in the street and direct traffic. Piggies. Trey was on there for a minute.
Yeah, I saw him.
Kraut Day. Well, we do have a German festival. It's usually the end of the summer.
End of August.
End of August. Well, that's the end.
Last weekend in August.
Yeah.
I used to, in my old stomping grounds where I grew up,
Yeah.
I would take the whole weekend off and that Monday.
I'll just drop you off and then find a place to park. Let us know in chat how long the wait is. Okay.
Yes.
See that car? That's him. It's in front of me. The guy that had to pass me going the opposite direction now in front of me there. Looks like the same blue Dodge, doesn't it? No, that's a Jeep down, but in front of him. Looks like they're having a party here. Folks parked in the yard. You see? He wouldn't even look at me when I was flipping him off when he passed me.
No.
Like, Choosh. Of course, that's the one time there's not that cop sitting right there at that farm. Osiris, goddess of green. I think Osiris is like sun god or something like that for the Egyptians, right?
I don't know.
The goddess of green would have actual like marijuana leaves around her head instead of shamrocks.
I'm like 50-50 on St. Patrick's Day, actually, to be honest. I just like to be festive. The clients like it, so.
Traffic. Let's drop you off. Get in there before the old people. run.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead.
Pulling into Kroger with Henry David Young, 1239. Henry David Young, 1239.
Got old people behind me now.
Addition with 2.
Pulling in a Kroger, Henry David Young, 1239 Life 4 times 2. Would you like an additional? Do you want to back out with this table? Copy. I'm back out on my defense call. Copy, thank you. Final line call 1600 Woodville for Oregon. Toledo has one for admission.
Sweet.
Time 1828.
Sweet. Seated in the bar area.
I'm gonna put some player on and I can take that.
Copy.
Because we got in heading for those old folks. All right, peace, people. Your signal's horrible in there. I'm not even going to try.
Have an additional call.
It's on Yao. Try not to get arrested. All right, people. I'll probably be back on later for some poker and stuff. Later. Peace. Thanks for hanging out.